public Bitcoin miner named BitMining that we don't really cover very much because they're very small. It's expanding its footprint in Ethiopia. From this article, BitMining has completed the second phase of its Ethiopian acquisition. It has issued 45.3 million shares at the time of writing, worth 209.6 million, in exchange for the remaining crypto mining data centers. The firm now has a total capacity of 51 megawatts in the East African country. Bigger story here, more than bit mining, is just the fact that Ethiopia, as we've talked about on the pod before, is flush with hydro, and Bitcoin miners already occupy maybe 600 megawatts of that from recent reports. I also read the Ethiopian Energy Outlook for 2025, and it said that data centers consume 30% of the country's energy. I'm told by boots on the ground in Ethiopia that the majority of that is Bitcoin miners. Now that 30% ends up netting out to I think 1.2 gigawatts out of the total gigawatt capacity of Ethiopia. Seems on the higher end. I'm sure some of those data centers are not Bitcoin miners. I don't know to what data loads they're taking or what their functions are, but 1.2 gigawatts seems maybe a little high. I do think though that there's a larger story here of as hash price is compressed, as mining margins dwindle and it becomes more competitive, a place like Ethiopia and other places in the global south become more and more attracted to Bitcoin miners because they have very favorable electricity rates. Like the average industrial rate in Ethiopia is somewhere in the ballpark of $30 to $35 per megawatt hour.
This story we get a lot of traction. I mean, if we look at our socials and posts about it, it's a little bit, you have a lot more, it gets a lot of traction internationally, a lot of international commentating on this story. Both critiques and support. So it is interesting to see a story that's happening outside the US in mining that's getting a lot of traction. So pretty interesting little case study happening over there.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the episodes we put out. Also check us out on Spotify, Apple, and elsewhere.